Hey, it is your boys, Rick Kamla, Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. We are the Fantasy NBA today, and it is the middle of August. We're getting close to the end of August. We're getting close to Eurobasket. Eurobasket's going to happen, Doc, and then we're going to have about a week or two. Bam, it's going to be media day. I'm stoked for Eurobasket. We got some stuff coming up. News will be coming out. All that. We'll get big performances and all that. But Doc, we have more player debates for the people. And we are going to dive into them as soon as I can get to that location here in my rundown. Let's pick it up, dude, where we left off in the previous episode. And we're going to hit you with a lot of these. We got ranking groups coming up later on in the show. Derek White and Kobe White, Doc. And for me, this is debatable. For you, it might not be. I know you're a big Derek White guy. But does Derek White versus Kobe White give you pause at all?
Not really. I mean, the longer I'm around you and the more I hear you talk about Derek White shut down and the Celtics tank, I mean, eventually that's going to seep into my being. But for right now, I'm still on the Derek White wagon. Like, he's so good, dude. And the thing about Derek White, like, when I think shut down, oh, they're going to shut down their stars. Like, their stars are Jaylen Brown, and it was Kristaps Porzingis and Jason Tatum. Like, I don't think Middle America thinks of Derek White as a star. Now, I'm sure the Celtics view him as a star, but I'm not sure the general public does. So I feel like that gives him a better chance to not be shut down. And I also feel like he's kind of a dog and he wants to play. So I love Derek White's fantasy game. I think he's one of the more underrated fantasy players in the game today. I do like some Kobe White. You know, I am on board with Kobe White, but Derek White to me is on a different level.
We bring up these two guys because, and Doc, look, have you heard anybody other than me talk about the Celtics tanking? And is Stephen A. Smith talking about it? Is Chris Broussard talking about it? Is Tim Bontemps talking about it? Is anybody else talking about it? Or am I in Campbell Island with this?
I don't think they're allowed to talk about the Boston Celtics. They're only allowed to talk about LeBron and Luka and Wemby. And Bronny.
And Cooper Flag.
And Cooper Flag and Bronny.
Cooper Flag, he's in bounds. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, hot button guy. You can still talk about Kevin Durant.
Caitlin Clark.
Good point. No, you have to talk about Caitlin Clark. I mean, it's now on a checklist, bro. It is. Every sports media person in the world. Caitlin Clark. I got to find. That's why the sex toy thing was so big. Nobody has anything to talk about with Caitlin Clark because she never plays. So they went crazy with the sex toy thing, which is such a stupid angle and narrative. And I'm glad they arrested the guy or girl. I don't know. But anyway, enough on that. All right. So, Doc, the reason that we're talking about this is, my huge question mark on Derek White. If there was no possibility of a tank with Boston, would we be debating Derek White and Kobe White right now? No, we would not. We would not. But because there may be, and I think probably will be a tank in Boston, I do think it's a conversation. But, Doc, so I've got a major question mark with Derek White. And if I do end up with Derek White on any of my teams, which I highly doubt, because I feel like he'll be overdrafted, especially based on my fade zone with him in Boston right now. So I won't have Derek White on any of my teams. But if I did, I'd be looking to trade him in January, fearing that shutdown. Doc, I fear Kobe White is traded to a team that makes him their sixth man. I fear that Malik Monk is traded to a team that makes him their sixth man. So that would be a major value drop for these guys. So I've got to hang up with Derek White. I've got to hang up with Kobe White. Okay. So that's why I have Derek White still over Kobe White. If I knew Kobe White was good to go, 25-5, 75 games with Chicago this year, in that same role, I would take Kobe White over Derek White. But he also has questions. And so then I'll go back to Derek White, who, by the way, Doc, I'm going to have the Wemby meter coming out. Let me get out of this rundown and get into the Wemby meter article. It's going to be a series of articles. Me and Andre are kind of talking about it and stuff, but it's still in the lab, if you will. Derek White last year, Doc, had the 6th best Wemby meter in the NBA. And I'm not going to go into any other stuff. I don't want to like steal content from this, but he had the 6th best Wemby meter in the entire league, Derek White, Doc, at 5.5. I believe it was the previous episode. I told you Wemby's at 8. The elite guys are in the 5s. The very good guys are in the 4s. The good guys are in the 3s. And if you're like, sub 3 with the Wemby meter, like you're Jimmy Butler and you're just, I don't even want anything to do with you. But how about Derek White, dude, being 6th on the Wemby meter?
And the Wemby meter, again, for those of you who are new to these parts, is a player's blocks, steals, and threes. That's incredible. And that's why I love Derek White, dude. That is why. And Derek White's like Dyson a little bit. He doesn't score a ton of points, but he also hits a ton of threes. And he plays D. What is Dyson's Wemby, by the way?
Okay, let me get back to that. I just got out.
Sorry.
I don't think. Yeah, no, you're good. Where's Dyson? I think
he's got to be close to 5.
Where's Dyson Daniels? Dyson Daniels is 4.8. 4.8 last year.
I nailed it.
4.8. Did you call that? Good call, dude.
I just said 4.8. Yeah.
Yep, 4.8. So just out of the 5s, if I like 6 and then 9, 12, 13, he's at about like 14. He ranked like 14th in the
And what? So Derek White is at 5.5.
He's at 5.5. Dyson Daniels at 4.8.
Doesn't seem like they're all that far apart there. How many points a game was Derek White scoring?
I think he was at 18. I think D White was at 18 PPG last year. I'd have to look that up. I want to say like 18, 4, and 5 kind of thing. Off the top of my head, he was 16, 3.5, and 4.5. No. I'm looking at the wrong column. 16, 4, and 5, basically.
16 points a game.
Yep. 16, 4, and 5.
So Dyson Daniels is at 14 points a game. 2 points difference. That's enough. I don't know, man. I think Dyson and Derek White are very, very similar. And I feel like Dyson Daniels is only going to get better. And I don't like the fact, and I'm sorry I turned this into a Dyson Daniels discussion, but that's a good one, Derek White or Dyson Daniels. I feel like Daniels is getting better. He's going to get better every year, but with Jalen Johnson back and Porzingis coming in, it's more crowded in Atlanta than it was. And it's going to be a lot less crowded in Boston for Derek White than it was. So I think Derek White's the clear winner out of all 3 of these guys. But I'm not shying away from Dyson, man. I am not giving up that fight. Plus, he played 76 games last year.
So who finishes with a higher per game next year, Dyson or Derek White? I think it's going to be Derek White because when I say that Derek White's, I feel like he's going to be shut down. Jaylen Brown, Anthony Simons probably will be traded. That doesn't mean that these guys aren't going to be rock stars up until the shutdown. They are going to be rock stars up until the shutdown. But I don't really want to deal with it. That's why I don't take Lauri Markkanen. That's why I'm not going to take Cam Thomas this year, right? I'm not going to take guys on teams where I know they're going to just fold their cards and tank. I just don't want to deal with it. There's other better options out there. But when Derek White and Jaylen Brown are playing, they're going to absolutely kill it because you don't have Tatum and you don't have Drew Holiday and you don't have Porzingis. Okay, their numbers are going to be fantastic, but I just don't think they're going to finish the year. So I think per game, Derek White is going to be better than Dyson Daniels. And I'm looking to see, I think I have Dyson. I have Dyson ranked literally just above Derek White, Doc. It goes Daniels, then Derek White. Bam, bam. Okay. And obviously the reason why is the stat breakdown you just did. These guys are actually pretty close in the statistics, right? And then you have Dyson Daniels is going to be playing all the way to the end of the year, Doc. That's barring injury. That is a guarantee. There's no shutdown happening in Atlanta.
Interesting on your rankings. My rankings in that same general area. It goes Amen, Siakam, Dyson, Derek White. I actually have Dyson over Derek White, which is interesting to me.
Yeah, and we all have Amen over all those guys.
I may need to flip that a little bit. Yeah, but I didn't tell you what numbers those were. They could be much different than yours.
Okay, so let's get back into another one here. Would you say, who do you just analyzing ourselves here? Who would you say we've talked more about this offseason? Dyson Daniels or Luka Doncic?
That's a good question. I feel like it's kind of even. It's pretty even. Like we did spend like a whole 20-minute segment on Luka being on the cover of Men's Health, though.
I think Luka wins, but Dyson Daniels is a close second with that, man. And we got the Luka injury scare over the week. Can't stop talking about Luka, dude. And we ain't making this stuff up. He's just constantly in the news, getting paid, losing weight, blah, 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 blah.
I have two current NBA jerseys on my wall. I have Luka Doncic and I have Dyson Daniels. Like those are the two I have. And those are the guys that we talk about the most, probably because I'm obsessed with them. I don't know.
How about that? Andre reminding me once again that he has Amen Thompson, formerly your player in the Cam Dynasty. I get it. Like I could just say, I have Braun and Mobley and Cade and Hart. I mean, I could we want to play. I can play that. Mitchell and all these guys, Reeves. I mean, I just a little lost to Reeves chilling way back there on my roster. Anyway, I can't.
If Andre, I should have wrote into my contract that if Andre ever gets rid of me, that Amen Thompson's coming with me. That would have been some job security right there. I screwed that one up.
Dude, when me and Andre play each other in the Cam Dynasty, it's going to be friendly, but I can tell you right now, dude, Andre is coming coming from my dome, dude. I know he is.
He's got an Amen. We talk about him having Amen all the time. We don't even hardly talk about him having Wemby. My God.
I actually don't like talking about that. That's why we don't talk about that. If you bring it up, we can talk about it. I'm not going to bring that up.
Did you see Amen's quote to the commissioner of the Cam Dynasty? He said he felt abandoned by my last manager. I thought about quitting fantasy basketball.
Look what you did to Amen, bro. Dude, you had Amen on the ledge, considering very, very difficult, challenging, and potentially fatal decisions based on your hatred of Fantrax. That's all it was. You just hate Fantrax.
Well, and I can't deal like Andre does. I couldn't have pulled off what he pulled off. I ain't got time. That was a joke, in case anyone's wondering. All right, what's our next one? What's our next debate?
Andre flipped 4 first-round picks and LaMelo Ball into Wemby, and congratulations to him on that. Never mind. Like the manager that had Wemby and had Chet Holmgren, and he was never, ever going to trade these guys, right? I made runs at Wemby. I did. No, I can't. Blah, 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 blah. I'm at odds with that manager, by the way. This may be his last year in this league. Because I'm a G. I don't like what's going on because, and I texted him because we were negotiating and I was trying to get Buzelis from him, and he has a different valuation set for me than any other manager. And how do I know this? It's my league. I see every single transaction that occurs. I negotiate with a lot of people about it. There's all kinds of deals that I negotiate that don't go through. But he literally has a different valuation set for me than everybody else in the league. And that bothers me. And so he ends up giving away Buzelis. I think I was offering a first-round pick. He ended up getting like 2 seconds for him. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, anyway, so he's not in a good way with me. And the guy just perpetually loses every single game every week. I just don't think he's a good manager. So I don't know, a difficult decision may be made here.
Thanks.
I'm actually a really, I'm a really
hashing all that out.
I'm a really nice guy. I am. I'm laid back, cute and cuddly, and all that kind of stuff. But if I detect, some chicanery, then you get a different version of me. And that's kind of what's going on here. I mean, I just don't like that. Like, it is what it is. Value is value. Why are you going to change your value? But, I just don't like that guy. He's the commissioner of the league. He's a 2-time champion. I'm going to raise my prices for him. Like, what is that, dude? You keep that up, I'm going to kick you out of the league. It's like that. I can do that. Doc, I give you Tyrese Maxey and I give you Donovan Mitchell.
Philadelphia feels like a sinking ship, and it has been for a while. And all this Joel Embiid negativity sucks, and all this Paul George negativity sucks. And poor Tyrese Maxey is stuck in the middle of it all. And you have concerns about Derek White. I have concerns about Tyrese Maxey. To me, this is Mitchell, and it's not even that close, because I think I'm gonna let somebody else deal with Maxey, because as we saw last year, Sixers will shut him down. They've done it once; they can do it again, unless he was really hurt that entire time, which maybe he was. But I just don't want anything to do with Philadelphia at all this year.
You know what, dude? You know how you just said, my Boston tank thing, it's like seeping into you and stuff, right? You're doing that for me with Philly and with Maxey. Bro, every time I look at my rankings, I drop Maxey a little bit farther. I do. I love Tyrese Maxey, but I don't trust that he's going to finish the season. And you know what put me over the top of that, Doc, was the Paul George news. Not all the bad news on Embiid. Is anybody surprised by the bad news on Embiid? If you are, you haven't been paying attention. Nobody's surprised out here. Joel Embiid never plays. Dude, he's played 58 games since winning MVP in 23. 58 games, dude. 58, 5-8. That's it. 58 games. It's not that. Philly can win in this East without Joel Embiid. Philly cannot win in this East without Joel Embiid and Paul George, right? They're going to be, if it's Tyrese Maxey and the Maxey-ettes, they're going to be 40-42, 38-44, right? They're going to have a cruddy record and be right in the middle, playing tournament team, all that kind of stuff. Or the team may just say, hey, let's go get another edge come. Let's tank again, just like we did last year. You have won me over with that. And so, Doc, I'm going to make a ranking change right here on the fly. I'm going to do it right now. I'm like cutting and pasting in my spreadsheet right now. Maxey, love you. You're out. I had Mitchell above him. I already had that. But I'm looking at my rankings here. Okay. I had Maxey over Brunson. How dare me? De'Aaron Fox, Jamal Murray, Josh Giddey, Tyler Hero, and then we get in. Remember the last show we did the Hero, Reeves, Bain, little cluster. I am going to move Maxey, Doc, below Brunson, Fox, and Murray. Why would I draft Maxey above these three studs / monsters over a guy that I fear is not going to finish the season? So I'm moving. I mean, again, dude, Maxey, his rankings for me have probably moved the most of anybody. Because, dude, he was up there like at 6 on my guard spot. I think it was like Trae Young, Cade, boom, then Maxey. And now he's all the way down to 13 on my guard list. So, wow. The next time, Doc, he may fall yet again. Because right now I still have him over Giddey. I still have him over Tyler Hero and those types of guys. Because the stats are amazing. But I don't know, dude, moment of truth. Am I taking Hero or Maxey? That's going to be a difficult call for me.
Yeah, and I think I've just relegated. Is relegated the right? That's not the right word. But I've just come to grips with the fact that I'm probably not drafting Tyrese Maxey. By the time some of these decisions need to be made. Maxi's going to be gone, dude. People still have Maxi ranked so much higher than you and I do. It's not even going to be close. And, I'm just looking at my list here. Another guy, a guy that I've got in a free fall like you do with Maxi is Ivica Zubac. I've got a big down arrow next to him. So when I redo these again, he's coming down about 15, 20 spots.
Ooh, Zoo taking an L, man.
I love Zoo, but we broke that down last week pretty hardcore. And the numbers just are not going to be as good next year. This whole Brook Lopez thing, the more I think about that, the more scared I get. And then you add in John Collins on top of it. Yikes.
On paper, man, the Clippers are nasty, and the house of cards will crumble in Game 5. James Harden, 3 of 17. Actually, he doesn't even go 3 of 17 anymore, Doc. Those were the old days where he had to shoot. Now he just hides from the ball. He just goes and stands in the corner like Rodman used to on the offensive end. Now you guys got it. Oh, it's Game 5. It's way too much pressure for me, man. No. I turtle up in these scenarios, dude. No, you guys got this. So then he just hides from the ball. All right, player debates here on the Fantasy NBA today with your boys, Rick Kamla and Steve Alexander. He's a Hall of Famer. Download our app, guys. Go to your favorite app store or the app store. Why do I say favorite app store? You know where the app store is, right? There's only one. You don't have choices, right? Like this one or that one. It's just an app store, right? Okay, so go to your app store and download the Sports Ethos app. Guys, it's free. We're giving it to you. Why wouldn't you take it? Go sign up. MLB, NFL, NBA blurbs, continuous. We got Pete Nance blurbs. We probably have like a Nathan Peterman blurb on the NFL side. Trying to think of a random ass baseball player. I'm struggling here. I know that we got to have Giancarlo Stanton blurbs, Doc, because the guy never freaking plays. When he does, he hits a home run every game. But I actually have him on my team in the NBA. What's that?
Drake Baldwin.
Who's Drake Baldwin?
Random baseball player. Is that his name?
I don't even know who that
Catcher
is.
for the Braves.
Don't even know who that is. See, Doc, this is just a quick baseball take. This is why you take Salvador Perez and Will Smith, okay? And like round 7.
Never have to look at a catcher again.
Never have to look at a catcher again all year long. I don't know who Drake Baldwin or whatever the hell name you just. I have no clue who he is. I go to the waiver wire. I say, "Oh, hot catcher." I don't need that catcher. I got Will Smith of the Dodgers. I'm good. That's why you go all offense early and you lily pad hop with starting pitchers.
Drake Baldwin is batting .283 with 13 homers and 53 RBIs. It's pretty good.
Really? Dude, that's kind of a badass little season. He's still got a month and a half left here. Okay.
Yeah.
Drake
and he doesn't even play that much.
What happened to Murphy, the guy that came over from the A's? Did he die? Did he blow a tire or something? Sean Murphy, I think.
They were DHing him. I don't really know. I don't. The Braves, they're so far out of it, dude. They've won 8 of 10, and I went to the game last night, but they yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's playing every day for them now because those numbers are popping. They're pretty good.
Pretty good.
But you were looking for a random baseball player name, and I thought Drake Baldwin was
pretty. It's a good one. I mean, you stumped me. I didn't even know who it was again because I'm fortified. I got Adley Rutschman. I got all these. I don't need the waiver wire for catchers. I need the waiver wire for pitchers. That's it. Josh Giddey and Jamal Murray, Doc, as we reel it back into fantasy basketball here. Josh Giddey and Jamal Murray. You got Twinkie, you got a ho-ho. Which one are you eating?
My son would say Jamal Murray. I'm a Giddey guy. Giddey was so good to me last year. I need a Giddey jersey.
A jersey or a jersey?
Either one. I owe him some sort of shirt. But I'm Josh Giddey all the way here. Jamal Murray gets hurt too often for my liking. And I feel like, I like Giddey.
I'm a Jamal Murray guy in this debate, but we picked this for a reason. I have these guys with the live ranking update with Maxey, right? He moved in between Murray and Giddey. Before that adjustment, Doc, it was Murray, then Giddey, back to back. Dude, I guess what could change this is if Josh Giddey signs like a nice deal with the Bulls and there's a press conference and we hear like all kinds of stuff about he's the guy, he's the face of the franchise, he's the hub of the offense, and like reaffirming what we already know and what we saw last year in the final month. He averaged a triple-double. It was like 19, 10, and 10 or wherever, something like that. We're all super intrigued with Josh Giddey. But, dude, Jamal Murray, I think you're right about missed games. Last year was a pretty good year of availability for Jamal. I want to, Doc, just quickly here, because I don't think Jamal Murray is appreciated enough as a fantasy player. Check out these numbers, bro. He's been 20 or 21 points 4 straight years. He's been 6+ assists with Jokic for 3 straight years. He's been 1+ steals for 5 straight years. He's been basically 2.5 threes per game for 4 straight years. The games played, it's not awful, but it's also not great. 67, 59, 65. Somewhat doable. You've had 2 qualifying seasons here with the 65-game rule. And then that year before, remember, he had the ACL, missed the whole year, played 48 the year before because he blew the tire and it cut that season short. That's all understandable stuff. So I say Jamal Murray here, Doc, knowing that there's more upside on the Josh Giddey side, but also Josh Giddey doesn't have a team right now. I guess he does. He's a restricted free agent, but I need Giddey's role to be firmed up, and maybe I can get a little bit more aggressive with my rankings. But right now, I feel comfortable with Murray over Giddey.
And I'm cool with that. And once again, Denver Nuggets just getting disrespected up and down the board by me. Like Wemby over Jokic, Giddey over Murray, and everybody is going to beat them in the West. Like they're so good and they're so consistent, and but they don't get the respect that they deserve. And I'm as guilty as anyone.
Dude, I hope I hope these shows are getting people fired up, Doc. I hope these shows, because like just talking with you and you've got your opinions about players and teams. I got my opinions about players and teams. And we don't get all of our stuff right. I'd like to think we get a really strong percentage of our stuff right, but we're making predictions. Nobody's 100% on this stuff, and nobody expects people like us to be 100% on this stuff. So are you right about Philly? Am I right about Boston? Right? Like, I can't wait to see how this stuff turns out. Is Josh Giddey, Doc, is he going to average a triple-double this year? Like, I would bet against it, but is that a stupid question? Are you mad at me? He would be the 4th guy, Jokic, Russ, and Oscar. He did it for an entire month as the hub of the Chicago offense. Is it crazy to ask the question, can Giddey average a triple-double? Is that crazy?
I don't think it's crazy. Is it likely to happen? I don't feel like it's likely to happen. Like you said, he's a restricted free agent, which is kind of good. He's playing for a contract, right? I mean, it's possible that he could.
Better chance at a triple-double this year, Luka or Giddey?
Luka.
That's a good one right there. Because has Luka ever averaged a triple-double over a calendar month in his NBA career? Which Josh Giddey officially, it's factual. It's in black and white. I wonder if Luka's ever in a month averaged a triple-double. I would love to know that.
I bet he has. Is Andre going to look into that for us?
Well, I certainly hope not, because that sounds like a really buzzkillish research project right there.
So Giddey
how do you even find that out? I don't even know how you find that out.
Giddey was 15, 8, and 7 last year for the year. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. One more. Doc, we got some news here on Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is going to play today, here on Tuesday, in a prep match against Great Britain in Ljubljana. Is that how you say that, Andre? Ljubljana, or is it Ljubljana? I don't know. It's a weirdly spelled word from Europe, and I'm American, and I'm trying my best. But, dude, we got the injury scare. Luka's limping off. He's grabbing at his knee. Oh, my God, Luka's hurt. What's going on here? Boom. Return to practice according to reports on Monday, and boom, he's going to be literally on the court playing. This is phenomenal news, dude.
It is phenomenal news, and we kind of talked about it yesterday. Said it didn't sound like it was that big of a deal. And again, it's a bruise on his knee. So let's be safe out there, Luka. Let's not do anything stupid. And let's just get to the regular season healthy, please.
So yeah, the capital of Slovenia. It's Ljubljana. Why don't you take a stab at this phonetic pronunciation that Andre put up here? Do you see this? This Ljubljana.
Ljubljana.
Maybe that's it. Did we just do it?
Is it Ljubljana?
Ljubljana. Man, they got some tongue twisters over there, bro. Like, what's this Ljubljana? My tongue's in a knot like a pretzel, bro.
Hey, I actually beat Andre at something. Luka first achieved a triple-double in a month in 2019, November, 32 points, 10 boards, 10 assists. Made him a third player in history to average a 30-point triple-double over any calendar month. And it says he's done it several other times.
I switched my answer. I switched my answer.
He's only done it two times.
Okay. I'm glad he's only done it twice, because if you said he's done it 8 times, it kind of waters it down, right? But like, that's a big deal to average a triple-double, obviously for a season, but also for a calendar month. That's 15, 16 games of just triple-doubles every night, which is not easy to do. All right, Doc, where are we at time-wise? Let's do a couple other player debates here. Doc, let's go back to the top of our forward list here, or near the top of our forward list. This one is sexy.
This one hurts my head.
LeBron James and Jalen Williams.
Well, on paper, my little paper rankings, I've got LeBron listed in front of J-Dub. But if I'm in a draft with you right now and I get the 10th pick or whatever, I'm not taking LeBron over J-Dub. Another change has just been made to my list. I'm going J-Dub. But I do like LeBron this year, man. J-Dub, LeBron on the turn, that sounds pretty good.
Woo. Does it ever, man. Does it ever. I got LeBron. I still do. I mean, LeBron is still at like 25, 8, and 8 with the PR. I mean, the PRA is ridiculous. He's at 2 threes, 2+ combined defensive stats, I would say. Maybe not quite 2+, maybe like right at 2. Probably at about 4 with the 3.8, 3.9 with the Wemby meter. The PRA is sensational. I don't care, but he's going to have a high field goal percentage. Free throw shooting is always a little average from LeBron. Not that I care. You know what, Doc? I thought about something. I want to do a study this year, and I'm gonna try my best. I'm probably gonna give up on this 2 weeks in, but what I would like to do is track my success or failure rate in the percentages. And without, me, I literally. Playoff time, I may maneuver a little bit if it's a Saturday or Sunday and it's a tie game and the most important category has materialized to field goal percentage, then I will play the field goal percentage a little bit, right? Because I'm trying to win the league. But the regular season, there's no consideration at all. Does that make sense? But in the playoffs, if I'm in a head-to-head, it's me and Doc. I've won all of the Wemby meters. I got block steals and threes. He's got all the PRA locked up, okay? I've won field goal percentage, and he's got turnovers. Well, dude, it kind of sounds like it's coming down to field goal percentage. So at that point, I'm looking to get obviously bigs that are dunking. But that's the only time that I have that consideration. But I want to track, Doc, and see what my win-loss rate would be. I actually would kind of like to do that with my baseball leagues with ERA and WHIP, which I do not care at all about. You know me. I'm going for wins. I'm going for Ks. I'm going for saves. I don't care about the ratios. And I still win ratios without even caring about them. But I would love to see my winning percentage. Am I 45%? Am I like right at 50-50? Not giving a damn about it? Am I at like 60% win? I would like to see that. I'm fascinated, and I may do the work on that. I'm going to go LeBron over J-Dub, Doc, and it's a barely situation. This would not be a moment of truth thing for me, because I see you, man. I knew, like, dude, in the moment of truth, my boy's taking Jalen Williams. He's taking his boy J-Dub, man, every time. This is not a moment of truth thing for me. Like, for example, okay, like it's draft time, and Jamal Murray and Josh Giddey and Tyrese Maxey are all on the board. Who am I taking? Oh, right. I got some thinking to do. Probably taking Jamal Murray, but I got this Giddey triple-double thing lurking, right? This is LeBron over J-Dub for me for a lot of the aforementioned reasons. Doc, let's move on to some ranking groups.
Before
Unless you got something.
The next one on the list was J-Dub versus Durant. And I have J-Dub, Durant, and LeBron all ranked right next to each other. Like it's
me too. All right, good call. Let's vet this.
While we're talking about LeBron and J-Dub, we might as well say Durant too, because in my mind, Durant and LeBron are the same guy. Like if I take one, I'll take the other. And are they better than J-Dub? They might be. Their fantasy numbers might be better than J-Dub's. But to me, if I'm going to take LeBron, I might as well take KD and vice versa. Like it doesn't matter to me. And am I really going to take J-Dub over Durant or LeBron? I feel like I would, but I don't know. Like where are you with all
that? So I guess this is sort of a player ranking group that's I'll let you know. I go Durant, James, J-Dub. That's how I would. Dude, I'm on a Durant thing this year. I am. He's in Houston. Change of scenery, like championship fast lane. I really, and look, dude, Doc, I got my fingers crossed. It's Kevin Durant, okay? Like, I got my fingers crossed. But it's going to be 27, 7 and 5, 1, and 2.5. Like, the percentages are just pristine from Kevin Durant. He's really kind of a perfect fantasy player, Doc. He touches every layer in the box score, and he's just a complete freaking badass with the potential to miss 30 games. But you know what, Doc? I ain't tripping on that. I'm kind of like I'm looking up, not down, I guess, with Kevin Durant. I'm feeling it. Okay. I'm going with that feeling. I'm also feeling LeBron James. This is going to be his last year in LA. They have treated him like garbage. They didn't even tell him about the ownership change. The front office isn't consulting him in clutch sports like they used to. And so, like, they're moving forward with Luka as the face of their franchise. LeBron is the number 2 guy now. I bet he's pissed about all that, Doc. And I bet you we got a little bit of a spite season coming up for LeBron James. More so for Luka, but I also think that there's going to be a chip on LeBron James' shoulder, which is going to lead to him playing a lot of games. So I've got Durant, James, then J-Dub. So I would take Durant over J-Dub. Would you take Durant over J-Dub?
I don't know. I don't think I can answer that question right now. The rankings when we sat down today, I had LeBron, then KD, then J-Dub, Jalen Williams. And I flipped that. I put Jalen in front of LeBron and KD. LeBron and KD are tied to me. I think the reason I have LeBron on top of KD is all summer you've been saying this is a FU year for LeBron. LeBron's going to come out and be like FU and kill. But KD's got a new house and a new look. Doesn't have to deal with Bradley Beal anymore. He's got to be fired up about the potential that Houston has. So there's a lot going on here. And there is a wrong answer because at the end of the day, one of these guys is going to be better than the other two in fantasy, and figuring out which one it is at this point in August, I don't know if it's possible, but I love the upside of Jay Will. But I really like LeBron and KD this year too. So right now, my answer is I will take Jalen Williams over LeBron and KD. But we'll find out in October what I do in the heat of the battle.
And I would take Durant and LeBron over J-Dub. Love them all. Your team is going to be very, very productive no matter which guy you take out of that three. All right, Doc, a couple of ranking groups here. I give you Malik Monk, Jalen Suggs, Peyton Pritchard, and Stephon Castle. We are deep in the draft. A lot of managers are drifting off, thinking about other things. This is money time. This is when you make the decisions that find league winners. And there could be a league winner out of this cluster. Monk, Suggs, Pritchard, Castle. Doc, how do you rank that group?
I go Pritchard, Monk, Suggs, Castle. Pritchard's been my guy for a couple of years. He should be even better this year with Derek White being shut down at Christmas time, according to Rick Kamla. That's breaking news here at Sports Ethos. I'm just kidding. Pritchard should play a lot this year, even more for Boston than he did last year. So I love him and all those threes. And then it's Malik Monk, just because he plays. I mean, he's a good offensive player. Like Jalen Suggs is always hurt. Stephon Castle's stat line doesn't fire me up in fantasy. So plus there's a lot of mouths to feed in San Antonio. So I'm going Pritchard, Monk, Suggs, Castle.
I may be too high on Stephon Castle. It may. Here's my thing with Stephon Castle, Doc. We still don't totally know who he is. What is he working on this summer? Is he going to come back with a fiery three ball? Is he going to focus more on defense and get more steals and blocks because you've got Wemby, you've got Fox, you've got Vassell, you've got Harry Barnes, scoring his 12 a game. What do we get?
You used to say you used to laugh every time I said Harry Barnes or Johnny Collins. Now I laugh every time you say it because you do it all the time now, and
I'm not even trying to be a rhyme stealer either.
We're like morphing into the same person,
and we kind of are. It's kind of scary. So we both have Peyton Pritchard first here. We both have Suggs third, and Monk and Castle are the pivot guys here. So we have a player debate that's emerged within a ranking group. Doc has Monk second. I got him fourth. I got Castle second, and you have Castle fourth. I mean, I feel like you may be appropriately rating Stephon Castle, Doc. I may be too high on him, but I know he's a young stud.
Tons of upside.
I like his stat set. I think he's a goody guy, or will be, or has the potential to be a goody guy. And this year's going to be huge, especially if it's a play it straight year, and I certainly hope it is, where you got Wemby, you got Fox, you got Vassell, you got all the guys. Sohan coming off the bench, and Keldon Johnson coming off the bench, and you got all those bigs. You got Olynyk, you got freaking Luke Cornett. The Spurs got a squad, bro. So, is Castle a 13-point per game guy? Is he a 17-point per game guy? I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this, but the upside is sexy and intriguing for me. Here's my problem with Monk, and you know that I'm a big Malik Monk guy. I fear that he will be traded to a team that makes him a sixth man. And he goes from 17-5-5 to 13-3-4. Because Malik Monk has been that other guy, Doc, right? The Sacramento thing has been his best stats by far. You go previous to Sac, and it's 13-3-4 with maybe a steal, 1.5 threes. It's barely off the waiver wire stuff. I fear that a move will happen and Malik Monk will become a barely off the waiver wire guy. That's my hang up with Malik Monk.
That's understandable. And not to mention that he plays on the same team with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan and Keon Ellis. So, I don't know.
Let me tell you something. If you and I were co-managing a team, which by the way we could, I mean maybe we could, but like it just we're too competitive. But if we co-owned a team, okay, and we were positioned with this, and you have your list, you have mine, I would rock with your list. I don't know if that sounds weird, but I would rock with your list here because I'm kind of basing this on a hunch. You're not really basing this on a hunch. I got a hunch that something bad might happen to Malik Monk this year, but it's a hunch. Hunches don't always pay off. I got a hunch that Castle's going to be better than a lot of people think he's going to be. But again, dude, it's a hunch, right? But we're deep in drafts. There's some unknown with these guys. There's unknown with all four of these guys, Doc. Suggs, Monk, Castle, Pritchard. There's unknown with all four of these guys. But we have Pritchard first, and then we got a Suggs Castle battle here. Pardon me, a Monk Castle battle here. And I would take Castle right now.
And by the way, Jalen Suggs I feel like is getting dissed by us all the time now. Like, I actually want to target Jalen Suggs in my drafts. I just don't want to spend a valuable pick to get him. I hope he's there late, and I hope he stays healthy, and I hope he makes Orlando one of the best teams in the East. So I don't have any problem with Suggs. It's just when some of these player groups, he's sort of like the odd man out.
I mean, to me, he's around a 90 guy. He's a top 100 guy, but he's deep in the draft. 8th round, 9th round for me. I gotta, and I love me some Suggs, man. I love me some Suggs. The guy, go have a healthy year, Jalen. Go play 70 games. Get me back, bro. Get me back. I'm kind of on the sideline right now. You're not dead to me, bro. You're not. Jalen Johnson's not dead to me. Zion, Ja Morant, LaMelo Ball, they're dead to me, okay? These other guys are not dead to me. But I'm on the sideline. Not with Jalen Johnson. Still rocking with him. I give you, Doc, CJ McCollum, Cam Thomas, and Anthony Simons. CJ McCollum, Cam Thomas, Anthony Simons. Again, these are carefully selected groups here. Big time question marks on all three of these guys. All three of these guys can score the ish out the rock. So CJ, Cam, and Anthony.
And McCollum is in Washington. Cam is in Brooklyn. Simons is in Boston. Right? I just don't. I use one set of depth charts all the time, and they're not updated, and it's messing me up and stressing me out.
Do you want me to send you my depth chart?
Maybe.
I'm going to share this bad boy with you right now. Hold on. Is there proprietary information in here that Doc can't see? There's not. I mean, dude, you and I, fantasy-wise and work-wise, I don't want to say the analogy, but we work with each other a lot, okay? Our thoughts are very transparent with one another here. We really don't have a lot to hide, do we, Doc?
No. I'm going to rank these guys, Rick, and I'm going to go with my original gut. I'm not going to try to overanalyze CJ McCollum in Washington. I'm scared to death of Anthony Simons in Boston. Like, it makes no sense to me. He could play a ton and be really good, but I just don't have a good feeling about that. So I'm going back to my boy Cam Thomas, who let me down big time last year by being hurt all year. Cam Thomas 1, CJ McCollum 2, Anthony Simons 3.
My bad, bro. You had Cam 1, and then what was the order real quick? Sorry.
It's Cam, McCollum, and Simons.
Let me see if I have that. I have CJ, Simons, Cam. Wow, totally different. Wow. I can't get into Cam Thomas, dude. I can't. I'm out right now. His team sucks. Team doesn't want to pay him. Nobody in the league really wants to pay him or can pay him. He is beyond stuck, bro. Probably going to play this year at the qualifying offer, which means Brooklyn's going to be done with him, right? Because then they'll know he'll be a UFA in the summer of 2026 and he gone. So then they'll be looking at him differently, right? As opposed to, ooh, Cam Thomas, building block. Let's groom and develop him to, all right, now we couldn't come to terms with him. He'll be on another team next year, so screw this guy. And they could mess with minutes and mess with he might not even start. Like, there's a whole bunch of possible bad with Cam Thomas. And Doc, frankly, really not a whole lot of good.
It's just buckets. And lots of buckets. The guy could go 25 a game with 3 bombs. Okay. Doesn't steal the rock, doesn't rebound, doesn't dime. Dude, him and Cam Whitmore, they're the homies. I love them both, but they're very similar guys, dude. They were born to score, and they will not make an apology about that. So I got CJ McCollum, Anthony Simons, and Cam Thomas. Not really looking to grab any of these guys, Doc, to be honest with you. But I do, dude, CJ McCollum is still one of the Cam vetted homies. The guy's 10 straight years of 20 points, Doc. He's always at about 5 dimes, maybe 6. He's always at 3+ threes. He's not a steal guy. He'll be a 0.9, 0.8, maybe 1, right? But I like CJ McCollum's stat set. He's a good PRA guy, great 3-point shooter. And you know what? I don't know where the Washington thing is going. I mean, I think I actually do. He's not going to finish the season in Washington. I think he'll be moved to a contender or something. But out of this cluster right here, I feel the best about CJ McCollum. That is the trigger I would pull. And you got CJ second. I got Simon second. Then you got Cam third. So we're all over the place with that one, but that was cool. And I think by the time you will probably have talked me out of Cam Thomas by the time the season gets here.
Let's see here. All right, Doc, let's do one more ranking group. Let's do one more. We've talked a little bit about this one, but not okay. So I'll just give it to you. Domantas Sabonis, Bam Adebayo, Miles Turner. Okay, we're I don't know, second round, third round, somewhere in there. And man, I need a big. They're kind of starting to go a little bit here. Sabonis, Miles Turner, Bam Adebayo. Rank those mofos.
How I have them ranked is Sabonis, Turner, Adebayo.
Really?
But I don't draft Sabonis if I can help it.
We have it ranked the exact same. Sabonis, then Turner, then Bam.
Yeah.
Sabonis is an incomplete fantasy player because the Wemby meter sucks with him. I am hoping he was a very good 3-point shooter last year. I hope we expand the volume of that. You can't count on that, though. That's a huge, hopeful maybe. But Domantas Sabonis is one of the kings of PRA in the last generation of basketball. Miles Turner brings you that great, juicy 2-and-2 combination with blocks and threes. And then Bam Adebayo is third on this list because of the lack of fantasy gold or Wemby meter points. So we look at that the exact same. Now, Dr. A, it is time. And this episode's been brought to you entirely, the whole way, the whole run by FanDuel. We now have a FanDuel win total. Doc, wow. I prepped for the show. I'm actually just seeing this number right now because I was prepping on other stuff. But we got the win total. The FanDuel win total here for the Houston Rockets is 56.5. Doc, 56.5 for the Rockets.
Means they got to win 57.
And looking really good.
They won 52 last year. Oklahoma City won 68. Houston lost Jalen Green. They gained Kevin Durant. And they have an explosion coming from Amen Thompson. Very, very interesting. 56.5. That would be, it's like the 4th best record in the league last year. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say they're going to win 57 games. Your Houston Rockets.
Whoa! Do you remember we were talking about Golden State? 45.5 is their FanDuel win total on the previous episode. And I told you, I'm really surprised that it's not inflated, perhaps artificially up a little bit, because they're such a visible team with Curry and Butler and Draymond and all these guys.
You mean like Houston's is?
Exactly. This is overinflated, bro. Doc, there's no like value in taking the over on this pick. Like you said, I think they're going to win 57 games, which means you are sweating out this win total for 6 months to win it by a half a game. That's not good betting. I mean, I'm not telling you stuff you don't know. You know that's not good betting. Good betting is like, yo, I got Golden State at 50 wins and their numbers at 45.5. Wiggle room, right? That juicy little area of surplus. There's no surplus at all here. Think about this too, Doc. Kevin Durant has to play 70 games for them to go over this win total. If Kevin Durant plays 50 games, they're guaranteed not to hit this win total. And Kevin Durant might play 50 games. And he might play 70. But even if he plays 70 games, Doc, they're not guaranteed to hit 57 wins. So I'm under all day on this. This is, they're the Rockets. They're the it team. They got Durant. We gotta push the numbers up. So I'm gonna go the other way on this one. I'm gonna go.
My only thing is, if Oklahoma City could win 68 last year and the Rockets could win 52 without KD, they should be able to win 57. And I, like you said, I agree. I think they'll get it, but am I going to bet it? Is it a comfortable, like, oh, that's easy? No, it's not easy. It's not a sure thing. There are no sure things, but some look better than others.
There's just more wiggle room with some of these. Like Boston, dude. Their win total was like FanDuel win total was like 42.5. I got them at like 20 or 25. Like, I would smash the under on the Boston Celtics. All right, so go to FanDuel and do your thing over there, man. We are answering audience questions during the offseason. Please drop your questions in the YouTube video comments. We'll get to as many of them as possible. Really want to alert you guys to our fantasy football draft guide. This is literally this week. It really starts going in terms of fantasy football drafts. They've been happening, but now we're getting into later August. It is the next 3 weeks are super duper the height of fantasy football draft season. So you need this draft guide right now. Please go to sportsethos.com. Subscribe to it. It's $6 a month. You can get up to 60% off on it right now. John Mazelis is the NFL lead. I'm the college football lead. And then we've got all these other great writers, and we are attacking you with all of this beauty in our fantasy football draft guide. It has the best ball coverage in the market, an unbeatable draft tracker. And we're psyched about it. And we'd love you guys to go over there and pick it up. One more thing I want to tease you with. We were talking depth charts. Andre has been telling us this for a while. And I want to remind you guys, we are going to have new depth charts on sportsethos.com. Okay. And so they're under construction right now, but we're going to have depth charts up for you. And I promise you our depth charts will beat everybody else's depth charts, because we're not going to have Miles Bridges at center and stupid stuff like that. We actually know the positions that these guys play. Okay. Is he a 2? Is he a 3? Is he a 4? You will find that out depth chart wise at sportsethos.com.
You know, Rick, also, I'm just in here randomly for the same reason. And there's tons of fantasy basketball stuff already up for 2025, it looks like, or at least the placeholders are there for like the points league strategy column and the best ball column. And so, yeah, this is this season's going to be here before we know it. Go just get the season pass for all the sports.
Great.
You're going to play them all anyway.
It's a banger of an idea right there. By the great Hall of Famer, Dr. Ray. For him, for Andre Lemouche, and all of you, we love you. All right, this episode's been brought to you by FanDuel, and we will see you again on Wednesday with another episode of the Fantasy NBA Today. Peace.